Happy holidays, everybody. Hey, Christine. Hey, have fun. Hey, booby goats. Natty. A lot of people here. Hey, while everybody's kind of strolling in here, hey, Jane, check this out. Hopefully that'll show up. And it's got a heavy duty chain for the hanger. That was my grandson's gift to me for Christmas. Hopefully you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? Hopefully I'm streaming smoothly. Oops, I'm knocking everything over here. Hey, Troy. Got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. A lot of stuff. Troy, I'm gonna give you, I did that wrong. Why am I having trouble with this? Well, I was gonna give you a blue wrench, but I can't seem to, kind of struggling here. Well, 3 dots. 3 dots. No, it's showing me channel activity. Go to channel, report, remove. Hover over name. Nope. Well, hold on, let me try one more thing here. Oh, Okie. This is why nobody likes me. That's why I can't have nice things. That's what I'm checking now. I'm in the Okie Hustle one. I'm switching over to Okies Eden. Thank you. Have fun, Tiffany. All right. Let's try this again. I apologize. There, okay. Boom. Okay, Troy, you are now a standard moderator. I apologize. So if you want to go in and hover over people's names and check them out. Oh, booby goats. I will give you one also. Guys, go check out Booby Goats. She's got a really good channel. She does a lot of lives. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. If anybody doesn't want a blue wrench, tell me and I can remove it. I just figured everybody would want it. So you can kind of check each other out. Happy holidays. Christmas is over. Can't believe it. We're heading into 2026. I can't believe it. Misty from Down Home Misty Style did send me a gift. She sent me a box, I think like a week and a half ago. Do you want me to take your wrench away, Natty? I can if you want me to, I will. It's not a big deal. And so it was supposed to be here. Oh, okay. It was supposed to be here before Christmas. She sent it a while ago. And so I was over at my grandson's last night taking care of him, and then I did get the message this morning that it would be there for me to pick up on the 26th. Yes. So here it is. And well, got to cut the tape. That fiberglass tape, I'm not tearing it. You can't tear that fiberglass tape. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, it's from the Wisconsin Cheese Man. Canadian Cabin Girl, let me give you a blue wrench. And then you can look people up if you would like. Boom. So I guess it's honey roasted almonds, honey roasted cashews, and honey roasted peanuts. I love cashews. I know, Kazunite. CL, hey CL. CL's another one I've been following for a while. I'm gonna give CL a blue wrench. And here's what it is. Check this out. The Wisconsin Cheese Man. Let me see if I can. Good golly, Miss Molly. Sweet fancy Moses. Oh. Whoa. All right, guys, bye. Live stream's over. I got some business to take care of. I'm just kidding. So, Misty, if you're there, I don't know if Misty's here, but if she watches this later, Misty, thank you very much. This is going to go with us in the truck tomorrow when we go down to visit my two other grandchildren, my daughter and my son-in-law. That'll be a snack in the truck. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody. I got a lot of cards. I'm not going to try to name everybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Thank you for the cards. I got emails, got some gifts. JC Calamity Jane sent me the hydroponics unit. YouTube has been a great experience. The people on YouTube have been a great experience for me when I started this 10 months ago. So thank you to everybody that sent. And again, thank you for everybody that thoughts, concerns, prayers for my grandson. Yeah, I don't think so, but thank you. Still having issues. There's still a pain component with my grandson that we're still dealing with off and on. And but I do thank everybody for their concerns. It's been 4 or 5 weeks. I think in 2 more weeks the casts come off. He's casted, if you didn't know, his legs are casted from his hips to his feet. And then he's got his legs splayed like that in a metal bar that is attached to the cast. So it's a hard cast. So he is immobile from the waist down. So, you know, and with his conditions, it can be an issue. But I don't want to get into that. I just want to thank everybody for your concerns and prayers and thoughts for him. So when I say I go over there at night, it's because we give each other a break. We trade off 5, 6, 7 hours. so others can get some sleep, and then I'll come home and get some sleep, and then I'll go back the next night so they can get some sleep, and so on and so forth. So hopefully we'll be out of the woods. It's much better. He only cries a little bit here and there. For the most part, he's happy, but he'll be much happier when he is no longer immobile with his legs. But anyways, I want to get into a couple more things here. So again, thanks for all the cards, prayers, concerns, all the well wishes, all of that stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Natty. Big week coming up. Tuesday, I'm doing my outdoor at about 2 p.m. I have to change it from 1 to 2. I'm going to be outside in the garden. It should be still in the 70s and 80s. I am moving right along with the subscriber garden. I have everything all tilled, both the subscriber garden and my main garden. I got the rototiller all set. It's running. Oh, thank you, Captain Girl. And I put the posts in today for the fence. I cut them in my wood shop. I didn't film that. I want to get them cut real quick. It's very nice. It's very nice, Cabin Girl. So I cut about 10 posts, and I had a couple T-posts, so they're out in the garden now. Sunday I got to get some chicken wire fence to put it in, and then I got to get a gate on, and then the subscriber garden is ready. I do have a surprise next week. It won't be Tuesday, it'll be later in the week, but I do have a surprise coming up for the subscriber garden, so I want people, hopefully they'll watch that. I have my volunteer potatoes. I either posted or I'm going to be posting a community post showing the status. They are growing like crazy. So this 70 and 80 degree weather, I just popped the plastic covers off, they're like little greenhouses. Hey, Okie grower. I popped those off, and now they got full sun, so for the next couple of days, they're gonna get 70 and 80 degree heat and sun. I put water on them, and then when we get cold weather again, I'll hill the dirt over the top, cover them with the plastic, and I'm hoping when I get into January, if I can keep them alive, I might get a small yield when I dig those potatoes up. Like I said, I didn't plant it. They just grew because I threw a bunch of junk in the garden, some compost, and they just took off. So we'll see. The main garden, Tuesday. I'll show you what I'm doing in the main garden. Like I said, it's all rototilled. It is weed trimmed all the way around. I do have a couple spots that I need to put posts in for the fence. Natty, I've done potato bags. I haven't gotten the yield, the harvest that I did in the ground or in the potato towers. I did get some, but I don't think it's worth the effort. I did that when I first started. I have some videos out there. I'll try to see if I can find them. I might have privatized them, but I'll put them back out there. And they're some of my first videos. They are horrible videos. But I go back to them every once in a while just to look and laugh. But I might put those out because, yeah, I do. I grew them right here in this room over by this window. So, but I wouldn't waste the time with it anymore. I bought bags. I'll probably end up just donating to somebody. If somebody else wants to try it around my area or something, I'll just give them to them. And they also make great bags to carry stuff around in because they're heavy duty. They're plastic coated canvas. What I'm doing is I'm setting up. Yeah, I mean, it might. I mean, I didn't get a lot, but yes, if you got some good soil and get a couple of potatoes. So watch in a week or probably in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to begin chitting my potatoes and getting them to sprout, because if I get the weather in late February, early March, I can start planting my potatoes. So I'm going to be doing a video on chitting and all that stuff. So the and splitting the potato, letting it kind of scab and heal over a little bit before planting them, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can grow them in the bags. You can grow them in buckets if you have buckets. Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did, Okie Grower. The pro tip, if you want a good pro tip, go to Dollar General or Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, I think. I just got 6 more. I keep buying all their stock. I got 2 the other day. I got 6 today. And I told the lady when I paid for them, I just took all your stock, you need to restock. So she said she would get more in. I get the 1 gallon buckets. They're mop buckets with a handle. They're plastic. They're the size of your planters that you go to the big box store or to a garden nursery and you pay $4 or $5 or $10 for these plastic things. These are heavier duty. They have a handle and they're $1. Yep, there you go. There you go, Tiffany. Tiffany just answered you, Natty. And so now I have 8. And all you have to do is, I'll take my drill and I'll drill a couple holes in the sides and the bottom, just so when they're outside they don't get waterlogged. Because you don't want if you have plants in there, you don't want them to fill up with water and drown. So you just got to drill some holes in the bottom. And I got 8 buckets, $8. I mean, my bucket list is basically comprised of buckets. I want lots of buckets. So, and I get a couple spare buckets because that's how I get my hair cut. I put the bucket on and I cut around. Mural from Hearth and Home is here. Mural, I'm adding you as a standard moderator, so you'll get a blue wrench so you can go in and check everybody's channel out. Oh wow, thanks Natty, appreciate that. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Yeah, I have a job, I haven't really talked about it. And had some trouble at the job the other day, and yep. It was at the Coca-Cola plant, and my job was crushing cans, but I quit because it was so depressing. It was so depressing. I just quit. Hashtag dad joke. Hey, Chicken Explorers. Hey, Hearth and Home, Mural from Hearth and Home, you have a blue wrench so you can go click on people's channels to see if you follow somebody or not. If you follow my channel for a while, we're in December. We're literally coming up on 2026, which means in mid to late January, so in 2.5 weeks, I have to start chitting potatoes so I can get them sprouting. I'll get my asparagus crowns probably in early February. Oh, see you later, Cabin Girl. And what's going to happen is the very first thing that will get planted this year will be my new asparagus crowns, because they go 4 to 5 inches. I'll dig a trench, they go down 4 or 5 inches. Then you cover them. And then they'll take about a month, and then you'll start to get the sprouts, and then you cover them again. So I can plant them even in cold weather and then cover them with dirt. And then if I get super cold weather, I can just throw tarps over it until they sprout. So that's going to be the first thing planted. Second thing planted will be my potatoes, which will hopefully again be late February, early March. So I'll begin chitting the potatoes in January, probably splitting some the 3rd week of February, to get ready to go in the ground. And I'm prepping the ground, and some of that is going that's what you're going to see Tuesday if you come to my Tuesday live at Tuesday at 2. Today it's going to be Tuesday at 2, not 1, because I have a prior commitment I have to be at, and I can't do it till 2. But I'm going to show you the trenching. I'm digging my furrows for the potatoes, putting leaves in them, recovering them, and then when I get to potato growing, hey Lisa Vlog, when I get ready to plant, then I'll just dig them out, but it'll give the leaves a chance to decompose a little bit, and then that'll keep the soil loose, so when the potatoes expand, they expand easily, and they're not in like a clay-like dirt. They're going to be expanded very easily. And then beans in probably mid-March. If we're not going to get any more frost, I'll go with beans in mid-March. And then, of course, anything I can in the subscriber garden will get planted. So, yeah, it's going to be really cool. I've already started digging the one furrow, so I'm going to do that on Tuesday. I'm planning on probably 100 to 125 potatoes in the ground. Last year I was averaging 2 to 2.5. Oh, hey, Misty. Misty, I was just talking about you. Your ears were burning. Thank you very much. That's what I got from Misty. I showed everybody. So I got it today. It finally arrived today. And like I said, we're driving to Texas tomorrow to see my family, my 2 grandkids and my daughter and son-in-law. And this is going to get snacked on in the truck. So I'm looking forward to that. And so that's going to be the, and then once, hopefully next week, if I get to it, you'll all see where I'm going to plant Shannon from us and our bunch. I'm going to have him staked off where the sunflowers will be, where the plants Misty sent me. I'll show you where they're going to be with stakes. Hearth and Home sent me those Calypso seeds. And if you look over at this tilted, let me see if I can do this. See this potted plant over here that's tilted? That's just tilted so the sun comes in and hits it, gives it full sun. I have Calypso bean planted because I'm still trying to get one to grow. And then the black pumpkins that Hearth and Home sent me. I planted 2 of those. The Casper white pumpkins died. I don't think it's conducive to be inside. I think they need the full sun. I don't think the grow light is good enough for them. I don't know why, but. And I have a full spectrum, so it should have been okay. But now I'm trying the black ones, and then we'll see how they do. And if they don't take off, I won't worry about it because we're going to get close enough to grow time that I'm not going to have to worry about it. But what I will say is, oh yeah, so check this. I knew I forgot something. Check that out. So Misty, that is a orange. I have an orange, 1 orange and 1 red pepper plant. This started in the hydroponic. I have to actually take it out of this and put it in a bigger pot. I'll put it in one of those 1-gallon pots. But look at how healthy this is. Then this started in the hydroponics. The other one is as big, so I have an orange and a red bell. And then I have the 2 large. I did in a video and I did a post, the 2 micro dwarf tomato plants. They are probably a foot tall, and they have mini tomatoes already popping. I got probably 10 tomatoes getting ready to grow. They keep getting bigger every day. So that's really cool. And then I also have oh yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Have fun in nature. Thank you, Tiffany. And I have the 2 tomato plants, and then I planted 5 more, I think. 4 came up, and they're about 2 inches tall now. So probably this coming week, 14 more. Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So hopefully I'll transplant those tomatoes next week. And then if they do as well as the other ones, I'm going to be overrun with tomatoes. So I'm going to give one to my, I'll give a plant to my son, and because they love tomatoes. And if they do really well, I'll give one to my daughter so they can have them down in Texas too. And then finally, one of my pimento peppers is growing. It's about 1.5 inches tall. I haven't been able to get the pimento peppers started yet, but finally I did get one. I hope so. Okay. I put a post out. I wasn't going to do this tonight, but I'm going to do it. Why not? I said I had some news I was going to share. One was the tomatoes. Does anybody want to hear some news? If you don't want to hear it, I won't say it. But if you want to hear news. Yes, I grew habaneros last year, and this year I did sriracha. Okay, Jane, I'll try to get there. Spongy, wow, spongy, that's awesome. Okay, here's the news. Here's the news. It was Christmas. Here we are heading towards Christmas 2025. I had a goal in mind that I can't believe it happened, but it did. DeBossway, okay. DeBossway, I'm gonna write that down. I will be there. I'll try to be. I'm gonna be driving to Texas, and I'm gonna be with my daughter. We're gonna be eating and stuff, but I'll try to get there, and I'll at least have it running in the background, and I'll try to comment, but I won't be able to listen. I've been holding off on saying anything, but I had this thing in my mind that I was hoping it would happen. Wasn't sure it was going to happen this year. We are, Jane. My mom and dad were married on Christmas Eve, so we always did our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve as a family. I have 8 siblings, so there's 9 of us plus my parents, so we had 11. But they got married on Christmas Eve, so we just decided we'd have Christmas. So as kids, it was great because you always got your presents early. You'd have to wait till Christmas morning. So that, both my parents have passed. So it's always been it's a special memory for us, for me and my family, that my parents were married, and that's how we did our Christmases. So that's our little memory of our parents. And I thought it would be really cool, as I'm heading towards trying to get to monetization, if something would happen this year. I didn't think it would, but if you look on the screen, I'm partially monetized. It happened. I was with my grandson. Christmas Eve morning. It was 2 a.m. That's awesome. That's awesome, Muriel. So at 2 a.m., I had to give my grandson some medication, and I just happened to check my my watch hours on my earned column, and I had went over 3,000. So I'm like, okay, well, you know how YouTube works. Sometimes you lose hours. Sometimes they take hours for some reason, whether it's bots or whatever, or you lose. I lost a bunch of subscribers one day. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get excited. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not gonna worry about it. I know they're gonna go in and vet some hours, and oh, thank you, Okie Grower. And I'm gonna get under 3,000 again, so I won't get monetized on Christmas Eve. That was my goal. I wanted to see if, I didn't tell anybody that, but I was hoping Christmas Eve, because it's a special night for me and my family, that wouldn't be so cool as a gift if I did it, or if I got there. And so I just forgot about it. I just said, put it out of my mind. I'll get emails. It'll be in my YouTube stuff. I'll have to go check on it and figure out what I'm gonna do. Get home from my grandson about 10 a.m. Got some coffee, just sitting there kind of half asleep. Checked my email, and it said, okay, you're ready to go. Click here, get started. It'll take you in, and you got to do the AdSense thing, and you got to read the terms and conditions and agree. So I did those 2 things. And then it said, okay, you're set for now, but now over the next 24 hours, hey, Carwell. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And so I got an email, and I clicked on it, and I did that stuff. And I'm like, now it says you got to have 20, they take 24 hours. They take 24 hours to vet stuff and make sure that YouTube feels like you're going to be able to be monetized. I'm calm sometimes, but, and I'm like, okay, 24 hours, right? So last night I got over to my son's house to watch my grandson. I got over there at 11 p.m. Then he went to bed. Got my grandson settled in. He fell asleep. I sat down and I opened up my studio, and, I had an email in my Gmail, and I went in and it said, you've been approved. So I was like, okay. So anyways, I'm partial, okay? I don't have the 1,000, 4,000. I got 9 something and the 3,000. So I am partially monetized. And now I just got to sit there and wait for, like Grandma Teresa did. You got to wait and wait and wait. So long story short, all I did was create content. So yes, it's a lot of work. We all know that if you do content, it's a lot of work. Monetization is a 2-way street. If I put content out there, and oh, you guys didn't have to do that. That was not my intention. I wanted to let everybody know tonight, because thank you, Okie Grower. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I just wanted to thank everybody here, because I was hoping a lot of the ones that support me the most, which they're all not here, but many of them are. Oh, hey, Coach, I thought I gave you a blue. Hold on, Coach. I'm adding you as a moderator, so you can get a blue wrench. Oh, Brooke Trout, I'm sorry. I missed you. Brooke Trout is a moderator. Can you guys just hold on 1 second, please? I heard you order a cheeseburger. Oh my goodness. Anyways, sorry about that. So anyways, let me just start over with that. Thank you, everybody. And I mean that. If you know me, I am very sincere in that. Monetization takes 2 parties, one to create, one to watch, one to support, and all of that. So I joke around a lot about being awesome and cool, and everybody wants to have a part of Okies. I'm not. In person, I'm very down to earth, very humble, and actually shy in person. Believe it or not. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach. You guys, you don't have to do that. That was not my intention. I just wanted to thank everybody because when you think about your YouTube journey, how long it takes, and sometimes the frustration, and then you see hours go up, then you see hours leave, then you see subscribers go up, and then you see subscribers get taken away. It's just so crazy. But what you do is, and I want to speak to anybody here that's frustrated or trying to grow, or they feel like they're stopped, or they're just not growing. I'm going to give you the advice my dad gave me. He's no longer with me, but this is the one piece of advice I've held on to my entire life. There's two types of people. Those that give up and those that get up. And he said, if you get knocked down, get up. If you're going to give up, basically get out of my sight. So my dad giving up was not an option. Thank you, Misty, so much. Guys, I was going to hold off on talking about this because I didn't want this to become the issue tonight. I want to talk about the garden, but with everybody here, I didn't want to miss an opportunity because you guys all got me here, and I mean that. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are because I don't want to miss anybody. So. And I would not forgive myself if I missed somebody for thanking them. But everybody here, you guys watch my videos, you support me, and I in turn try to support you guys. And my goal next year is to help, and I mean this. Others might say this, and I've heard others say this, and then they just move on. When I talk about I want to help others get over the finish line, I'm dead serious. And that's why I started doing the collaborations a while back, because I wanted to get used to doing them, learn them, understand them, figure out the best way to do them. If you want to come on my channel and have a collaboration, you just have to email me. I've had many. I've had some on twice. I have some coming up. Chef Zed probably thinks I forgot about her. Yes, Christine, partially. I got the 3,000 hours. But Zed is going to... Natty, again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. I want to get through my little spiel here. Chef Zed is going to give me some stuff. Oh, thank you, Spongy. You guys don't have to do that. It's Christmas. Save your money. That's what I tell my kids. Spend it on yourself. But I appreciate you all. Zed's getting me a list of, she's going to be getting me a list of ingredients, and then she's going to walk me through cooking something that she does in Ghana, one of her recipes that I'm going to cook in the United States, because I want her to talk me through it. Because if you put me in a kitchen where alcohol may or may not be involved in sharp objects, I mess things up. Well, thank you, Spongy. I appreciate that. But Zed and I are going to be doing one. Spongy and I are going to be doing one. I have another one I'm not going to mention that we're working things out with another one. So if you want to do a collaboration on my channel, or if you want me to come on your channel, I will announce it on my channel. We'll try to get you guys subscribers and hours and all of that. If it's hours you need, I'll come to your channel so you can get the hours because it's on your channel. Then I can visit your channel. If you don't need the hours and you just want some subscribers, you can come to my channel. I don't care how we do it. I'm open to either way. So I put that out there. My email, it's in my, if you go to my main page, it is okieseden@gmail.com. Just email me. I check my emails constantly. And if you want to do a collaboration, please just let me know. And we'll set something up. It's gonna have to be after the first of the year because I still have about 2 weeks in January when I have some stuff with my grandson back and forth to hospitals and stuff. But once we get into late January and on, we should be able to do, if you want to do collaborations. And I mean that. If you need growth, if you want to help growing, I will run playlists. Email me that you need playlist time, watch hours. I'll help any way I can because you guys have been gracious to me and I believe in paying it forward. I really do. So, and you'll see I'm not just blowing smoke. If you want to, like I said, we'll do collaborations. We will get people subscribers and watch hours and help each other because this is a really good community. Everybody here, if you go down this list during the chat, you're going to see these people will watch they'll watch your videos. They'll run your playlists. They will be there when they can. They can't always make it. I can't always make it. But one thing I try to do is I try to go back later and I try to run it later. I have TVs at my disposal that I can use. I have a different IP address at my son's house. I can use a couple TVs there. So that's how we grow. That's how we get after it. And so again, as I get ready to close this out, thank you everybody. I've met so many cool people. I've met people from Africa, England, Canada, I think there's German, Alaska. I mean, this is a worldwide community, and that 20 years ago you couldn't do this. You couldn't do it. Bye, Spongy. You know, you had your neighbors and your close-knit friends. That was it. Now we can have friends around the globe. And that's, just think about that. But so I started this 10 months ago and I made it to this point. Hopefully in the next few months, I can get to full monetization. But again, don't ever be afraid to send me an email about questions. If I have any ideas or thoughts, if you want to know how I do something, I will tell you. I'm not writing books to put them on a page to sell to somebody and how to get monetized. Because I didn't do it. You guys got me monetized. I just created stuff, okay? The only part I played in my video was being awesome. I'm kidding. So, Spongy, I'll be there. And like Have Fun in Nature, for instance. Have Fun in Nature is starting to climb up the charts quickly. Go watch them. They got some good stuff. They're going to be expanding their stuff. I would love to go on their channel sometime. We'll do a collaboration with them or have them back on. And next year, if you're ever traveling, and I tell this to people, I'm on a couple sites with nomads where they're in their vans. I love the RV world and those guys. I have the one guy, he knows he can stop in here anytime he wants. I have a septic system. He's got a black tank. I told him, pull in, we'll fill your tank with water. You can drop your septic tank here, drop your stuff out of there, clean it out, plug in for a couple days and stick around and I'll cook for you. And we'll have a good time. So if you're ever traveling, I got a bunch of people in Oklahoma that I can get together with at some point, hopefully. So that's right, Natty, that's awesome. But again, not to repeat myself, but thank you so much, everybody. You guys got me here. Thank you for watching, and I hope you don't stop now that I'm here. Hope you keep watching, hope you keep supporting, because I got 10 videos in the queue coming up, and I got a bunch of lives planned for the garden. And then once I hit the garden going, next year is gonna be flat out when it starts turning green. Oh yeah, yeah. You guys are, you pull right in, believe me. what I'll do is I'll just show you where the garden tools are and the lawnmower, and then just make yourself to home. Mow, weed, pick, whatever. But, sometime you come down, if you were here during the summer and we had food, we can actually cook farm to table. We could, like you said, we could do a live video cooking farm to table. That would be really cool. Bo's RV Life is another good one. I go watch Bo's RV Life. He's in Oklahoma, I believe. No, I just did a dad joke to begin with. I still do them, but I kind of put them in the mix. I'm not. I don't. I haven't turned. Excuse me. I haven't turned the member stuff on. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know if I will turn the membership part on, to be honest with you. It's going to take, it's extra work. Okay, the membership, that's not, yeah. I'm torn because that part of it is, if the subscribers got me here and all the people that are in here got me here, but they don't want to pay for membership, I want you to see my stuff. I don't want you to have to be a member just to see. I put it out there because I want people to see it, So I got to read into it more. Like I said, it just happened, so I still have a lot of studying to do. I know you don't get paid right away. I know you got to hit a threshold. Yeah, I've said this before. My goal was to get monetized. That was a goal. I know at 1,000. There you go. Yeah. 1,000, 2,000 viewers. You're not making a ton of stuff. What's goal 2? Well, my first goal was to get the monetization done. Then the second goal was to I want the brand to be out there, the Okies Eden brand. Because I'm going to do merchandise, and I'm not going to handle the merchandise. It's going to be a drop ship. I'm going to choose the place. I got a couple places in mind. My sister has dealt with one of them where I would have my logo put on 2 or 3 items, a hat, a shirt, maybe a mug. That's it. I won't handle it. I won't take a lot out of I want to keep it as cheap as possible. No, I don't mean the stuff cheap. I mean the price inexpensive. The bulk of the money is going to go to the company that has the product, does the printing and the mailing. But that way, I'm not going to be spending my time packing, getting a shirt, packing it, sending it to somebody, paying the shipping, when they have these places that can just do that. Okies, my son and I have talked about that. Yes, Have Fun in Nature website. So I want to do a little bit of merchandise, and I want to get the monetization done here. And then my garden is going to become slowly a small revenue stream, because I'm in an area, like I said, we found out just recently, April 2024, the grocery store 8 miles from us. Now I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I got to drive 30 miles north or south to get to a grocery store. It got taken out by a tornado. We saw the tornado forming over our house between me and my son, watching it go east, and we knew one was going to touch down. And it took out the store. And they told us just recently, they told the town they're not going to rebuild. They were going to, but now they're not going to. They've shut 4 of their stores down in Oklahoma, so they felt it wasn't fiscally responsible enough to do another one. Yes, yeah, diversify basically, yes. So where we're at is, we have people, I have 300, 400, 500 people within a 5-mile radius of me that are always looking for vegetables. So I'm gonna start figuring out what people want next year. And then when I know what they want, whatever I get the most want for is what I'll probably create another garden and grow. And that'll just be a side thing. I'm just trying to get stuff. Hey, Fairbricks, I'm going to put you in a moderator thing here. If you don't mind, then you can check people out if you want. So that's going to be my goal. It's like a three-pronged thing. I want to get my name out there. I wanted to get monetized. I wanted to get some merchandise on the site. And then I want to be able to have people, because I have everybody starting to know my garden in my area now, and they know, because I've given some to charity, I've given some to schools, I've given some to special needs. And so people know that I do pumpkins and I do other things. So it will not be hard for me to push that a little bit. I'm not looking to make a ton of money. All I look for is seed money, some gas for the mower, and the you know, my tiller. And then if I need, you know, some stuff for like fencing and posts and things like that. If I have money for that, just people buying stuff from me for that, I'm good. Because, you know, we're deciding whether I'm going to retire at 62 or wait a little bit. I'm not sure yet. So this gives me 2 or 3 years. And, you know, YouTube changes all the time. This could be a non, you know, this might not even matter in 2 or 3 years. But to have, you know, a small revenue stream going into retirement, because the further you can stretch your retirement out, when I do finally have, you know, the grabber and I walk towards the light, I can pass whatever I have down to my kids, you know, because that's what it's really, to me, is all about. Hey, Anna. So, yeah, so that's the three-pronged approach. But yes, partially monetized, get full monetized, and then just, yeah, okay, I'm only kidding. But yeah, so, and it happened on the 24th. That's what was exciting for me. I can't believe it all came due. I got notified it's all a done deal on December 24th, which is my parents' anniversary. So I think that was really cool. So, yeah, yes. And I'm also going to be doing, the other thing I want to do is I'm doing some, to get my name out there next year, is I'm going to try to do, we're doing 2 farmers markets at there's a big parking lot over here. That's a big golf facility. And they have events there all the time. And he said, yeah, he would love to have a farmer's market, the general manager. He would set us up with tents and everything. He would get us power cords. He would do everything. I hope so. Have fun. I hope so. That would be really cool. And that'll be another way to get my name out there, because then hopefully I'm going to do a live at the farmer's market, so I could have people come up and they could come up and talk right on my channel. So I think that would be pretty cool. I would have a lot. So it's only going to be like 8 to 12, 2 days out of the summer. And then if it works, I want to do more, because I want that to become a revenue stream. Because then I would get into, you know, maybe get bees or something like that. But I would love to do a live at the farmer's market. And then Natty and Jay went to that mom and pop sub shop the other day. If you watch their mukbang there with their subs they ate, it was pretty funny. It was a good video. And like she said, I agree. She says, you know, they try to help out the mom and pop shops because they got overrun by these big box stores. And that's why the town over from me, like, is Marietta. It's over off of 35 if you come up north out of Texas. You know, it's 15 miles north of Gainesville, Texas, over the river. And I go to those antique stores, they're great. And the lady has a coffee shop. She opens in February. So I'm going to be doing lives from her coffee shop. She's going to let me interview her there. I'm going to be hooking up with the Chamber of Commerce. They've asked me to come to the Chamber of Commerce. I've been invited. And then I can go around to each of the businesses, the mom and pop shops, and I can do an interview with them just to talk to them and see what they're about. And then relate it to my, like the antique store. I'll take us around the antique store and I'll be buying stuff that I can use to cook or farm with here at the homestead. The coffee shop, I love their coffee. I drink coffee on the farm, the homestead, every morning. I would buy their coffee. She can come on for an interview. And it's a way to promote them and promote the channel and everything else, and to help mom and pop shops. Yes, I think it is going to be. So, oh, hey, Electric Butterfly. I didn't see you there. But again, thank you everybody for getting me over the hump to get me the partial monetization. I really appreciate it. All those that are close, if you're frustrated, it's just not happening, please just don't give up. Get up, fight, fight, fight. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Email me. If you have a question for me, ask me. Other people here, email them. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer your questions. Do a collaboration to help your hours and try to get you some subscribers. Email me, okieseden@gmail.com. It's in my main channel page description. Hey, food. I'd be more than happy. Let's just keep pushing. We'll keep doing collaborations. Collaborations are a great way to get hours and to get... Oh, I've picked some up. Okay. I'll have to check after this. Does anybody have any questions for me about my channel? It is, Natty. It really is. Does anybody have any questions for Okie, the old man? I heard a good one today. You ready for this? How you doing, food? I'm so old, I remember when the Dead Sea was just sick. Did I make that eggplant? No, I haven't. It is on the list. I'm trying, a couple people have requested a poo emoji. So I'm gonna try through the winter to make a couple poo emojis and get them out. Oh, so, that's right. One thing I would recommend, and I learned this from somebody when I first started, is to put your hashtag, your channel name. So mine is hashtag Okies Eden, one word, obviously, it's a hashtag. Make sure that's when you put your hashtags, when you're building your video, when you're getting ready to release. So now my videos, I have 360 hashtags Okies Eden in my videos. So when I go to Walmart, I go to the first thing I do is I go to the electronics department. I go to their computer section. They're attached to the internet. I go to YouTube and I just type hashtag Okies Eden. It's always in the top 2 or 3. Or if I just type Okies Eden, it pops up. So make sure you do that. It's not going to matter as much when it's 5 or 10, but if you stick with it and you create 100, 200, 300 videos, it starts to accumulate. And then pretty soon when people are on YouTube or in Google and they're looking up something Okie, they go OKIE, mine pops up automatically. It's always in the top 5 or 6 at least. And I've taken the time. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I've went back to all my videos. It took me a couple days, off and on. I would go back and I would just click on, go in, hashtag, I put it in with my hashtags, Okies Eden, hashtags Okies Eden, hashtag Okie. And I just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And then I got to the point where I was getting my new stuff out, and then every new video has hashtag Okies Eden. And then before you know it, you'll be at 1,000. That's awesome. But I just thought of that the one day. I was like, hey, I wonder if I wonder if the internet is actually on here at Walmart or any big box store if they have computers. And lo and behold, I walk over and it was fast. And I'm like, okay, I'm like looking around. I'm like, YouTube, Okies Eden. And I put it on my longest playlist and hit play. Walked over, got some groceries, come back about 20 minutes later, and sure enough, it's still running. It's on like my second video, and it was still chugging along. And I know it'll get to a point where it'll say, do you want to continue? But I've done that like 10 times now. Yeah. It is hilarious. And probably people walk by and say, who is this idiot? Click loop when you play. Okay. Click loop. Okay. Good idea. I didn't know that. See? The community helps. That's what I'm saying. You come on here. Yeah, that's right. They'll recognize Okie. That's right. That's great, Coach. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Everybody here tries to run people's playlists. That's awesome. And you know, it's just, that's why, like I said, I have my son's house because I go over there quite often to watch my grandson at night. And then when he's sleeping and I'm trying to sleep next to him, my son has one of those gamer chairs that lays right out flat. So I just sit next to him in case he has any issues during the night. And I just start his channels up. Last night was Down Home Misty Style was playing on the one. And then, boy, who was on the other one? Might have been Zed, might have been Chef Zed. I think I ran hers a little bit last night at my son's house. And the nice thing about that is I'm running it on, they have 2 accounts. My son and my daughter-in-law both have YouTube accounts. They don't content, they just, so I think you can only watch somebody's video once. If you watch the same video twice, I don't think it counts. YouTube, I think the algorithm doesn't allow it. But that's why create a second account. I think it counts with a second account because I know I've done it with my other account where I'll watch it on my other account and click like, make a comment, and it'll stick. So I'm assuming they stick. And then if you have a separate IP address, because I know you travel in your camper, I'm assuming if you might have Starlink, but if you don't have Starlink, every time you can pull up, you have these different, I'd create a couple channels, and then when you pull into these other places, then you'll be on a different IP address. You have 2 accounts. So you can watch from your other account. And then, well, thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in the same boat here because you can kind of see we all gravitate to each other's lives, and then other people come on. And here's the way I look at it. Oh no, I'm live. So what I like to say, Dr. Ninja Turtle, is before I go live, I have to go to the newspaper and check the obituaries. If I'm not in the obituary, I go on the live stream. So I checked. I was not in the obituary. Unfortunately, 2 people I know very well, younger than me, were in the obituary last week before Christmas. So very sad. But anyways, this community is very, 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 very big on pushing each other's content out there. And I liken it to, I'm in Oklahoma. Introvert in Alaska, if you know Jen, she's in Alaska, obviously. Natty Homemaker is up in Canada. Zed's in Ghana. Paul is in, I don't know if he's in London, where he's in England, whatever. He's always on with M&T. Everybody has their sphere of influence. So you have your subscribers. You don't have all my subscribers. I don't have all of your subscribers. But every time we can collaborate together on each other's channels, if we can get together and do a split screen collaboration, okay, yeah, right. So when I have somebody on for collaboration, I mention it on my site, and then I ask that they mention it on their site. And then the day, the time, and all of that. And then we do that a couple times a week or 2 before, and just keep reminding people. And then when they get over there to the actual live, you might pick up a few subscribers, or I might pick up a few subscribers, because our sphere of influence have collided basically. So if you have a sphere of influence and then somebody else has some of yours, it's like, is it a Gantt chart where the circles meet and then you get some that are similar in between? So the circles come together. Well, Natty Homemaker and I have some of the same subscribers. So we have like subscribers. Some I don't have of hers, some she doesn't have of mine. But the more you can do lives and collaborations, they can see you, they know you're trustworthy, you have a blue wrench. Like everybody here, I trust giving a blue wrench to. Then they can go seek each other out. And all these people that are blue wrenches, I've known since I started, or soon after that. So I know everybody here are solid people, solid subscribers. They will watch your stuff, they will support you, they'll interact with you. And I know that for a fact. And then as you continue to have these collaborations with other people that aren't in your sphere, you're going to get crossover subscriptions. That's how we grow. And then this community just continues to get stronger and stronger. And, you know, if we have 30 or 40 of the same subscribers that are solid, that's a really solid base of subscribers. And we share each other's videos, you know. Brian is big on that. Hands That Work, he shares. Natty shares. Whole bunch of, who is it? Grandma Teresa shares a lot of my videos. I mean, everybody tries to share each other's videos. That's why I started doing that. Hey, I'm gonna watch these two people this day. If you can help, let them see a jump after, 4 or 5 days when those hours get accumulated. Hopefully they'll get excited and see a 10 or 15 or 20, 30 hour jump. That would be great. I know it's exciting if I go check and my hours went up 30 hours. To me, that's really cool. So the Stratosphere members, yeah, Priest, that's right. That's right. But, oh, thank you, Fire. Thank you, Dr. Ninja. Check out Dr. Ninja Turtle. He's got some really good stuff, financial stuff. He's got some really life experience. He's got schooling and life. Really, I'm talking life experience. You hear his story, go watch his videos and hear his story. You will see what I'm talking about. He's done well and he's fought. He hasn't had things given to him. He had to fight for it. I think you would agree with me there. But, there's a guy there, fight, don't give up, just keep going and going and going. And, so anyways, I'm going to close this out. I got some stuff I got to get done and we're heading out early in the morning for my Christmas day with my daughter, son-in-law, and my 2 other grandkids. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for getting me over the hump to monetization. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm humbled by it. You guys are very gracious, and I mean that. Believe me, I mean that wholeheartedly. And I look forward to the lives all the time now because I know I get a really a good outpouring of support. Even after the fact, the outpouring is just amazing. And hope to see you on Tuesday when I do my garden live. And I got some videos coming up that are already pre-edited because I knew we were going to be doing stuff with my grandson. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Hope you're still having some post-holiday activities maybe. If you get a chance, go check. If you want to see some lights, go check out Down Home Misty Style. They went to a hibachi restaurant and then they walked around those trees that were all lit up. It's quite an amazing video. It's really cool. Her and her family walked around. So with that said, have a great Friday evening. Thank you for all showing up. I had no idea I was going to get this many people here. I just wanted to come on and talk gardening, and I just broke down and wanted to let everybody know I was excited about being monetized and that you guys got me there. It wasn't me. It was all you guys. So thanks again for the support. I will continue to support you guys. You know I will. Again, if you want to do a collaboration, you want me to come on your channel or you come on my channel, okieseden@gmail.com, and we'll set it up. So take care, everybody. Be safe, and I wish you a happy holiday going into the new year. And let's hit 2026 full steam ahead. Pedal to the metal. Take care.